Beloved tech stocks are catching a bid just as everyone was starting to hate on them again post Jackson Hole on worries that the Fed is not going to slow down its interest rate increases anytime soon. What's caused the change in attitude?
I think a combination of things. I think there was a fair amount of pessimism going into Labor Day, which you just mentioned, post Jackson Hole. Post Labor Day is also a time, and I've been on Wall Street for 30 years, where companies pre-announce their earnings if they're going to miss the third quarter. I've yet to see a big tech company have a negative pre-announcement, which I think is a positive sign. And frankly, the backdrop was just not as negative as some of the pundits were talking about. I think we have a better sense of where inflation is heading. We'll certainly learn more this week on that front. But stocks got too expensive at the beginning of the year. They got too inexpensive recently. And I think they're finding a home right now. And we're starting to make stock picks as opposed to picks just for the overall stock market. And that's beneficial to the best tech companies.
Well, we had lots to talk about there, but let's hit Apple because you mentioned tech. Those shares getting a big pop today, leading the Dow. There's a report in the South China Morning Post saying Apple's site in China crashed after a spike in pre-orders for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. Joining us now is Baird Equity Senior Research Analyst Will Power. He's got an outperform rating and a $185 price target. Will, we've heard rumors before about demand and pre-orders in China. They usually come from different sources. How much stock do you put into this?
Well, Sarah, good afternoon. Thanks for having me. Yeah, look, I mean, there's always a rumor du jour as it pertains to Apple. Certainly, any indications of demand are positive given some of the consumer macro uncertainties out there. We had our own note out this morning, just taking a look at current demand lead times for the current iPhone lineup versus a year ago and past years, and candidly, demand indicators for the Pro and Pro Max look quite good. I mean, the wait times are stretching beyond where they were a year ago. And again, I think that just really references the remarkable resilience that Apple's had, both for investors and consumers here.
But you also have some data on iPhone 14 and 14 Plus that are not as great, right?
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, it's probably mixed overall, but I think, again, against the backdrop of some of the consumer macros, spending pressures and concerns, overall results does look pretty solid. And I think, when you step back, Sarah, I think one of the key things to remember here is, they're close to 1 billion iPhones in service globally, right? So every year you've got several hundred million iPhones that in theory could be eligible, for an upgrade. And in the United States, which of course is still the biggest markets, the carriers continue to be aggressive with subsidy levels. You've got AT&T and T-Mobile that are offering up to $1,000 off with an eligible trade-in, at least for some models. And that's a big number. That matches the record highs of last year. So that's helping, I think, spur, what continues to be, looks like solid demand initially.
Mark, Lehmann, wanted to bring you in because I know you like the tech trade. Apple stock is up almost 20% in 3 months. What sort of expectations do you think are in there now?
I think the demand that you just described is certainly baked into the stock. I think more and more as this becomes the piece of everybody's life, more of the cyber expectations, more of the add-ons that they have, whether it's in healthcare, whether it's in mobility, whether it's in other facets of our life, is becoming clear. And I think the ubiquity of that blue text that we all look forward to, and the people of the green text don't want it anymore. We've talked about the fact that this Android competition is, I think, dissipating over time and globally. So I think as we hear more and more about their adjacencies, more and more about the things that they're doing in everyday life, and particularly with the upgrade that we've had here, what is allowed to do, that we're all going to have the iOS upgrade, it just shows you the power of this device in every facet of our life. You talked about Affirm with the last visitor with Vinod Khosla. You talk about buy now, pay later, and what they have with the iPhone. I mean, that is becoming ubiquitous. It's the most important acquisition that anybody makes for yourselves and for your kids, and it's proven every single day. So it's a reminder that this is the juggernaut for the market. And as Apple goes, so goes the stock market. And its ascent obviously bodes well for the NASDAQ and the rest of the market through the rest of the year, in my opinion.